I'm Anthony Lopez, introducing to you Wolfgang Software, where our goal is to creatively create software to assist creatives in creation. From our name, you can tell we are dedicated to music and musicians. We strive to engineer software dedicated to developing music production and aiding musicians. Being a musician myself, there are many pitfalls to practicing and producing music. Studying and practicing music, just like studying anything else, is a complex web of information that is a monumental task to navigate effectively. Unique to music, however, is the problem of connecting and interweaving these concepts in real time or through analysis. For example, the connection between scale, key, chords, and arpeggios. According to my extensive market research, I am not alone in this assessment. Just ask the guitar virtuoso, Johnny Axel. Oh, God, everybody. Big fan. What would you say, Mr. Axel, is the hardest part to being a musician?
Well, Anthony, it's good to be here next to you. The hardest part of being a musician is for connecting scales and arpeggios, and connecting also the cowbell.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. From the legend himself, I agree. I would have to say, get out of here. Which is why Wolfgang Software has been planning a revolutionary Android-based software that's dedicated to being an invaluable tool to be utilized by virtuoso, amateur, and beginner musicians. Introducing for the first time, Project Starling. I think an important introduction is to explain the importance of its name, because it signifies what Starling will be utilized for. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was inspiration for our name and our software. He was an invaluable musician, created music that lasts through the ages. Starling was a pet of his and a companion. And I think musicians need companions. Which is why, with Project Starling, we hope to create a revolutionary musician's companion app that will alleviate the problems musicians face with navigating the deep well of information involved with studying and making music. We hope to provide the missing puzzle piece to connect the fundamental concepts in music by aggregating tools focused on these fundamental pieces of music. The aspects of music we will focus on providing tools to connect are rhythm, harmony, and melody. These tools will assist musicians in analysis, practice, and study. These tools include rhythm and polyrhythm, visualization, and generation, which will assist musicians in developing rhythm skills such as analyzing, practicing, and recreating rhythms by visualizing them with a piano roll with our state-of-the-art piano roll style user interface that will be easy to read and practice to and with. We will also include tools to assist in harmony analysis and practice. We will be developing key, scale, chord, and arpeggio generators with informative and accessible user interface. This feature in particular is a sticking point, this problem the sticking point for many musicians, including myself, which is the hardest to analyze and see the connection between these concepts. For example, connecting chords and scale degree to the circle of fifths. Finally, we have tools to analyze melodies. This feature will be pitch, interval, and chord identification, which will help musicians with ear training, transcription, and interval identification. Our hope with this application is to ease the struggles of learning and making music through visualization and accessible user interface, so we can help musicians of all skill levels be more efficient and productive with studying music, connecting concepts, and practicing. A possible addition could be implementing a database of songs associated with their keys and chord progressions, which could be used by musicians to see possibilities for the key or progressions they are working on by querying it in our database and studying results. For this project, we will be using the JUICE framework, JUCE, which is an open source audio processing and musical user interface framework that is cross-platform and written in C++. Due to this, we'll be using C++ for implementation on Android, using Android NDK to write native C++ code to develop the main features of the project. This allows us to use SQLite for the song and key database. The team we're expected to need for this will be around 4 to 5 people, preferably with music theory and in user experience. 2 for developing a robust, accessible, and informative user interface. 2 for efficient audio processing, and 1 to develop an extensive database. Thank you for considering to help us make music easy.